Hi, Giant T here with a 9th Age battle report. I've got my dwarfs out again today. I'm just going to go through quickly what I've got in my list there. You can see my deployment as it stands. So I've got a Demon Seeker today as a Lord level choice. He's got the Grim Resolve upgrade, which is +1 attack for everyone he's in base contact with, and the Magic Resistance 1 upgrade. I've got a King as my general. He's got 1 up armor save with a 4 up ward save, and he's toughness 6 and he's got an extra wound. He's got the Rune of Might on his sword, so he's +1 strength, and he's on top of the throne, so he's quite a tanky character there. I've also got an engineer. I'm going to put him behind the flame cannon just to give him a bit of extra help with the shooting. See how that goes. You know, like I said, I've got the flame cannon there. I'm not sure how good they are, or if they're any better than they were in 8th. We'll have to wait and see for that. I've got a Runic Smith who's got battle runes, Rune of Gleaming, Rune of Metal, and the Rune of Oaths, and he's got a scroll. A Fame BSB with 2 up arm save and 1 up in combat to the front. Then I'll go into my core. I've got 10 clan warriors with full command. I've got a unit of 30 greybeards with hand weapons, shields, and throwing weapons with full command. I've got 22 Iron Guard with full command. That's where I put my king, so that should be quite a nice anvil unit there. 23 Death Seekers with full command again, no other upgrades on them whatsoever. It's like I said, I've got the flame cannon there, and I've got 2 Vengeance Seekers either side of the flanks. Now going into my opponent's army, he's brought a mono demon lust list. So everything's either got the mark of lust or already got the lust. So he has got, sorry, he's just texting me the list, so I'm going to read off my phone quickly. Prince of Lust with the mark of lust. He's got a level 4, the Path of Lust, as his general with lightning reflexes and the shackles of reality, which I think is a re-rolling of wands when he's either hitting or wounding. He's got a Harbinger of Lust, BSB with clawed cares, barbed claws, and the something of seal. He's a level 2 in shadow. He's got 29 sirens with full command and additional hand weapons with the clawed cares. 24 sirens with the same as above. 2 units of 5 furies with mark of lust, and he's got them on either flank. I think no, he hasn't. He's got them down by the house. Sorry. 6 fiends with additional hand weapons and the clawed cares. 3 fiends as above on the other side of the flank, and he's got the demon engine with the volley gun, mark of lust, and additional hand weapon. So quite a nasty looking list. We'll see how it is if we go into Demons Turn 1. So yeah, extremely quick army. You know, it's quicker than all the elf armies I play, and he's making use of it, being very aggressive and just running it up as quick as he can. So he's got the 3 fiends there to the right, and the two units of furies, and the big units of sirens in the middle. There's his demon and his engine. So magic doesn't do a whole deal this turn. He's got no shooting. Sorry, magic causes a wound to my Vengeance Seeker, and that's about it. And no shooting there. So my Vengeance Seeker goes to charge into the fiends. My greybeards go to charge into his big engine. My Seekers go into his fiends. His harpies. My other Vengeance Seeker goes into the other harpies, and my Iron Guard go into the smaller unit of sirens. Now this Vengeance Seeker failed, so he's going to be in a bit of a trouble. He's got loads of counter charges against him. Greybeard's made it in, lovely jubbly. I think I should be alright winning that one. They get him, so you know, obviously King gives them Swift Stride, and the Seekers get him. Magic, I roll a 7. And I get off my re-rolls of my armour saves and that is everything. That's the one he wants to let through, and doesn't want anything else to go through. So first turn of shooting, I misfire. Fantastic. And I roll a 5, so I can't shoot next turn. So it's not too bad, to be honest. Could have been worse. And as we go into combat, my Vengeance Seeker makes very, very quick work of the, I'm going to call them harpies, I can't remember what they're called now, I think they're harpies, and turns for get the rear on the fiends when they go in for air charge. The Seeker again makes very short work of their unit and just turns to face, so try and get a flank charge, and the Iron Guard and the Sirens slap each other around a little bit. There you go, I'll kill four of his. He doesn't do a great deal to me, and you know, I win combats of the charge and the ranks and the banners and the wounds, so he crumbles a hell of a lot. In this one, as you see, he does 4 wounds to me, I do 3 to him, absolutely fantastic. I win combat, and but he stays. So yeah, his Lord goes for a flank charge on my Seeker. Now he's unbreakable, so he can't shift anywhere, so he's going to be in a world of pain. And the other Siren's going for a flank charge on the Iron Guard. Fiend's going to my little unit there of warriors. It's not going to be too helpful for me, to be honest, but it is what it is. I've got that Seeker behind them, so his Lord makes it in. Fiends make it in there. Oh, I forgot they charged, sorry, yeah, so they've gone into the side, and they've gone to the side of the Iron Breakers. So that's the objective token in there, it's just the one token in the middle. The person with the most scoring units within 6 wins the victory points. They make it in. So for his magic phase, just what I need at this point with all his army, with all his units in combat. He rolls a double 6. Now he gets off Shadow Miasma, and I'll let him have this, so I want him to take a few wounds, but he only does a wound to his level 2 there. Now, initiative 10 here, so I'll go first. I'll do 2 wounds to his general, and he rips me an absolute new one afterwards. He's got like 7 attacks or something like that, hitting on 2s, re-rolling 1s, so he's pretty nasty, really. And yeah, and the Fiends and the Soul Engine, or the Engine of Lust, do absolutely massacre my Greybeards, and we run from combat. We don't get chased down, which is quite nice for me, really. And my Fiends here, they do 4 wounds to me. I'll do 1 to them, and I need 6, and I get it. In combat, I kill his hero character, which I think's given them bodyguard rule, and I win by 2. On this whole combat, which was absolutely amazing, and we all stick around in that and carry on for the Slapfest in the next turn. So the Seekers go for a flank charge here, and you know, it's an auto in there. My Vengeance Seeker goes for a rear charge on the Fiends. That should be quite nice. Yay, we rallied. Fantastic. I'm quite happy about that. So I've got my Runic Smith in there, so it's quite nice. Quite a good magic roll there for me. I get a 10. I'll get Oaths kept, so that unit's now stubborn. So when he charges into me, if I lose it, and if I get anything left, I'm still sticking around. And I get my my Distracting and my Runic Metal off on that unit. It's just a quick overview there of what's going on. So the cannons turn the other way, so I can't shoot, and all the spells that are cracking on. So here his Fiends absolutely, he ripped my Clan Warriors a new one, and I'll do a couple of wounds to him, and I lose. I get 3 for the rear charge. I do 3 wounds. He does 4 to my 1, 2, 3, 4 to my unit, 2 to me. He wins turns and face. Now my Demon Slayer, he gets 4 wounds on the last one of the unit. Absolutely fantastic, so that unit's now going to be dead. I'll get the points for that, and he rolls 4 6s for his ward saves. Unbloody believable. I can't fathom how he's managed to do that, but that's it. That's the end of the combat. and that's how it looks there. So going into Deamons of Lost turn 3, he puts everything into my Greybeards, but when my Runic Smith hits, I'm happy with that. You know, that unit's stubborn, so hopefully if he doesn't kill them all, I'm going to be standing around. He puts his Lord, you know, his General into the facing the flank. Magic kills one of my Cannons crew, which I'm happy with. Going into his combat, my Vengeance Seeker kills another Fiend. I think causes one wound to the other one, but then gets wiped out by the unit. I love these little dudes, you know, perfectly well balanced, 60 points each, absolutely fantastic. So here he kills my Runic Smith and he kills the rest of the unit. I think I do one wound to him, to the Soul Engine, or the Lust Engine of Lust, and I do one wound to his Fiends, but I'm stubborn on 10, and I hold those 2 units up for another turn. Brilliant, happy with that. Now, I can't really remember what happened this one. I think, you know, we did a few to him, he did a few to me. I can't remember who won. We're either steadfast or stubborn, but it was an absolute slapfest. It was a bit of a pillow fight, that combat, really, which wasn't good for me. We're going into my turn 3. So I don't have any movement or charges, no magic, so I go straight into shooting. I do hit his general, but I can't wound him, and shooting is absolutely... Yeah, so combat in this one, you know, I do a few wounds to him, and with ranks and banners and stuff like that, he ends up crumbling, but it's not going to be that good on the next turn, I don't think, with his general there. So he charges his general into the flank of the Iron Guard, like we thought he was going to. Charges his Fiend into the Flame Cannon, which makes it in. Yeah, so I don't think that's going to go too well for the cannon and its crew. He rolls a good magic phase again, and he does miscast from this spell, but it's quite a nasty spell. I can't really let it through, but I can't dispel it either. That's my dispel attempt. So I think he's getting like 2d6 strength 4 armor piercing hits on my unit, which kills I think it's like 4 or 5 of them, which ain't too good really. Just a quick overview what the battlefield looks like there. Going into combat, the Fiend kills us, the last but one of the cannon crew, and the engineer's not looking too happy with him. Just a quick close up of his Fiend and the cannon there. Yeah, so those Fiends are pretty nasty really, with the additional hand weapon. The last surviving Greybeard dies a nasty death, but he dies a brave one, and his Lord rips my Iron Guard an absolute new one. He's just decimated that unit. Yeah, with several swipes of his sword. I take a few off his unit, and I'm stubborn and luckily hold for the turn. So yeah, just a reverse shot of what's going on. You know, my Seekers are going to try and charge into his Engine of Lust. My Engineer just moves out the way there. In combat, you know, so I've got no magical shooting anymore. He kills the cannon, turns to face. I absolutely annihilate the Engine of Lust with the Seekers and turn to face to leave my options open, either into the flank or into the front of the Fiends there, sorry, the flank of the Sirens. Yeah, and you know, I kill all the unit but one, so that's sticking. His general kills my BSB, runs down my Lord, but luckily I managed to run and get away. Unfortunately, it is his turn, so he does charge and I have to flee. You know, I think I'm quite far enough, but not too far enough. And he catches me and he gets a fair amount of points for that, unfortunately. And that was all his turn over, going into my turn 5. yeah, so it just looks like that. I mean, I've got no charges really. There's not a lot I can do. I'm going to stick and try and get some victory points. So as we go into Demons of Lust and the Dwarven Holds, turn 6. Now there's no movement, no charges, no magic in any of this. You know, we just both stand where we are. You know, I think he's backed up to the maximum of my charge range for the Seekers. And his turn, I don't really want to charge him in my turn because it'd be pulling me away from that objective. So, and that's how the game ends. It ends up with a draw. I was just inside of the 20%, no, sorry, the 10% victory point difference, so it does end up a draw. His MVP for his army, I think he said it was his general, and we had a chat about it a couple of days after. I said I've got to choose my vengeance because I absolutely love those guys. You know, like I said earlier, they are perfectly balanced for 60 points, and they do their jobs. You know, absolutely fantastic. But he was a bit, you know, I think that's just me being what I thought was fun, but you know, he had a bit of a disagreement with that. He said I should have my Iron Guard unit as my MVP for my army because there's no other unit that could have taken that amount of beating over the turns they did and still be around for it. But you know, it was a fun game. You know, since Dwarfs have come out for 9th Age, they're a lot better to play. You know, they're a lot more fun. They're in the middle of the table, they're moving around. You know, they've got a little bit of magic. It's not the best magic phase in the world, and I think, you know, the bound spells, they're meant to be 1 dices, but I think you've got to do 3 dice. If you throw 4 and you miss cast, you lose a spell, so that's not worth it. So you've got to go for 3 dice every time just to try and cast anything. I think shooting has been nerfed quite a lot. You know, the only thing I can really hit with is the organ guns at the moment, but with my opponent's army, don't underestimate the speed of the Demons of Lust or their ability in combat. You know, their weapon skill 5, I think it was, for his core units. At least most of the game they were armor piercing 2. His general was an absolute hard nut. You know, he had 6 attacks, hitting me on 2s with his lightning reflexes, re-rolling of 1s, and every time he casts a spell he can put an ability on, so it either gives him another attack, extra armor piercing, so on and so forth. But yeah, again, really fantastic game. We're not finding a lot of grey areas coming into 9th. I think the blokes and all the lads have done it. They've done an absolutely fantastic job, and if they do watch this, you know, thank you very much. Keep up the good work. I'm going to leave it there. It's please like, subscribe and comment, and I'll try and get another one up as soon as I can. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.